Hello and welcome to the vlog. It is currently Saturday and I am not really sure what I'm going to read this week. I'm planning for this to be kind of a week in my reading vlog. So I just finished reading Service Model by Adrian Tchaikovsky, which I really liked. It was a 4-star book. And before that, also in the month of June, I read Oathbringer by Benjamin Stevenson, which I think is the thing that kind of maybe ground my reading to a halt a little bit, because it was, 1,200 pages and a little slow, I thought, in some parts, although the ending was worth it and I did really like it. But I've been trying to find something to read next, and I have been reading like the beginnings of a bunch of different books on my TBR, and so far I have not been able to figure it out. So I thought here I would just go through some of the things that I have tried and give you my thoughts, and then probably continue reading the beginning of things until I find something that really is going to click with me this week. So let's see. So I first read the first little bit of Wolfsong by TJ Klune, which I really aspire to like, but I don't think that a werewolf romance is where my head is at right now. I did go ahead after I read the first little bit of this book and look up if this was going to be a book that was going to be really heavy on those kind of power dynamics that a lot of werewolf books have, like, dominance and the alphas and the omegas and, all that stuff. And the answer was yes. And I find some of that stuff kind of triggering. And so I don't think this is going to be it for me. I love the cover so much. The cover's so beautiful, but I'm not sure I'm going to read it this month. So, and the writing wasn't really grabbing me at the beginning either. So that one is a no for now. And then I read the first chapter of Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone. And this one I actually did really like the first chapter of. So this is a possibility for me to read next. I'm just not totally sure. It's definitely going to be a good book though. Really like the first chapter. Very funny. Enjoyed all the stuff about how mystery novels now are not interested in making sense, because sometimes I have those thoughts myself. So this one's pretty good. Then, excuse me, A Strange and Stubborn Endurance. I read the first part of this. This is kind of a fantasy, almost feels like a Regency romance a little bit, but it's fantasy. And I did like the first chapter of this. It's probably a little bit similar to Winter's Orbit that I read last month, but I'm still going to read this month. Not sure if it's going to be next. I'm just in this mood to try a lot of different things. And those are all the books that I read the first part of. I do still have One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston, which is a time travel romance. I have The Once and Future Witches by Alex C. Harrow, which is a fantasy. And then also physical books. I have Piranesi by Susanna Clark, which I have obviously been wanting to read forever. And then on my Kindle TBR, I have A Study in Drowning, which I'm reading for a read-along this month. A Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. And then Home is Where the Bodies Are by Geneva Rose. So I have all three of those books that I could also read. Am I going to read the first chapter of all these books at some point this weekend? Probably. But that's okay. Sometimes that's what I have to do to kind of figure out what it is that I'm in the mood to read next. I don't know if anybody else is like that, but I just get in these places where I cannot make a decision. So this weekend, anyway, let's talk about my plans for this weekend. So we are doing a lot of yard work, hopefully. We bought some outdoor furniture from Ikea that we're going to be assembling. We have a side kind of bed area in our backyard that we're going to mulch over because it's full of weeds. It's horrible. And just try to kind of make our backyard fit for hanging out in. So that's kind of my hopes for this weekend. I also have some curtains to hang. Might do some traveling. You know what? It's all up in the air right now, to be honest. And then, yeah. So I'm planning to make this a week-long vlog. So I've got lots of time to decide and lots of things to read. So if this is your first time here, welcome to the vlog. I think I'm gonna go put together some furniture. Okay, update. We have not put the table together. We have moved a bunch of wood that the previous owners left here from, I guess, for the fire pit or whatever, and found a termite nest. So that's been an amazing start to my morning, but let me show you where we are. All right, so we have already completed putting the chairs together under the pergola. We're gonna move that grill to the fence line when we're done over on the other side. Over here, you can see that, yes, our fence is terrible. We're working on it. That we moved all that stuff, and then over in the bricks that are still over there is where we found the termites. So, gonna probably need to burn our house down. Yeah, that's kind of where we are. Every home project, right? This is how it goes. So we're gonna go get some brunch and try to regroup, figure out how to deal with the termite nest, and then maybe put the table together. Okay, so let's see. Let's catalog how the day has gone so far. It is 2 p.m. We found termites living in the bricks underneath our firewood pile, which is something that was left for us by the people that used to live here. So when we moved in at the end of the summer last year, we were like, oh, we don't need that now. We're going to just deal with that next year because it's for the fire pit. And then we went to take it apart today, found a termite nest in the bricks underneath. So now I have sprayed all of the termites and going to be calling a company to do a treatment on our house because now I'm super paranoid. Then we went to put together our table, and our table was broken. So now tomorrow we have to go back to Ikea. So I guess that it's just going to be one of those weekends, right? And I haven't gotten any reading done, obviously, because we've been trying to deal with all that. But hopefully later, I should point out that we are currently burning all of the wood from the wood pile in our fire pit to try and get rid of anything that might have any kind of an infestation in it. So maybe later on I'll read around the fire pit. That sounds kind of nice. But it's just like, it's a lot, right? So breathe. I'm glad it wasn't hot today. And I'm glad I have lots of books to read. And I'm probably going to look back on this one day and laugh. So, all right, I'll be back later. Bones, why are you laying in the hallway? Oh, did I disturb you? Oh, smells. Yes. Yes, what a good boy. You gonna roll over for me? You gonna roll over? Oh, we're gonna fight now. All right, so we did a lot of work today, but we got a lot of stuff done. We got almost all of the bricks cleaned out. We are burning that wood. We'll have to do more tomorrow. And we'll have to go back to Ikea to get that table replaced, but we're gonna go tomorrow, I think. And exciting news, I did make a choice about what book I'm gonna read, and that is, hang on, let me pull it up. It's on my Kindle. It's gonna be The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. So I read the first chapter. I really, after the day that I had, wanted something that was going to be cozy, and everyone says that this book is super cozy, so I've already started it, and I'm hoping tonight to get a nice long reading session, although I did wake up at 4 a.m. this morning because I had a nightmare, and then I started worrying about things because it's that kind of time. So I'm hoping to get a little bit of reading time in on that tonight, but first I think we're going to head out. There is a little concert down on the river because we live in a little river town, so we're gonna head down to the concert. It's supposed to be polka music. That was a very loud car. Let's try again. It's supposed to be polka music, and I think there's going to be a little market and things like that too. So we're about to head out and go down to that, take some chairs, hang out on the river. So I'll definitely try to get a little bit of footage of that so you can see a little bit about what that's like, and I'll be back later. Good morning. It is Sunday. So I got a lot of sleep, kind of. The cat woke me up at 6 a.m., which is slightly late for him, because he was hungry. But I got some sleep and I'm feeling better than I did yesterday. Feeling less stressed. Fixed myself this morning. And we are ready to go to Ikea to take back that table that, when we tried to put it together yesterday, had a big crack in one of the legs. So we're going to drive to Ikea. It's about a 35-40 minute drive from here. It's not super close. So that's why I was so like, you know, when it seemed like the table was broken yesterday. But I did get some reading done last night. So I do owe an update. I have read 10% in The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet, which is not a lot, but I am really enjoying it. It's super charming and cute. So far, I don't know that much about the plot. We've just had our character Rosemary. She's new to the ship. She's apparently got some kind of, she's got a new identity, so we don't know what the deal is with her past yet. And we've met a few people on the ship, and they are all just a bunch of characters exactly the way that I was hoping that they would be in a story that's supposed to be really cozy and charming. So I think it was a good choice for this weekend. We are going to head out to Ikea now. There's a really loud car driving by outside. Sorry if you can hear that. We are going to head out to Ikea now, though, and pick up maybe some coffee or something on the way. Probably buy stuff at Ikea, again, that we don't need. And then come back and work some more in the backyard, burn some more of that wood, and have a nice Sunday, hopefully. So I'll take y'all with me. All right, so I can report that the table is together. We got a new one. It was awful. So the return person at Ikea, so when we bought the table last week, it was $20 cheaper because it was on sale. And we were like, can we get it for the sale price because it was broken? And he was like, oh, you can pay the $20. And we were like, no. It was on sale. It was broken. It's your fault. And he argued. And then he was like, oh, is it broken? And we were like, yeah, it's broken. So We did get the table for the sale price, but oh my goodness, it was crazy. But we are home now. I'm tired again. It has been a long day. We did make a little stop off at Half Price Books, so that was fun. Did enjoy that. And I think we're about to make some dinner. Hi guys. So it has been a week since the last time I filmed. Right after I filmed my last update, I got really, really sick. And so I have been not doing a lot this week, but I'm feeling better and I have been reading. So we are continuing on the vlog and I'm going to let you know about the things that I finished reading this week and some things that went on. So first of all, this room that I am filming in might sound a little bit different. This is our kind of bedroom that we haven't done anything with yet that I am hoping to turn into a library. This space back here behind me is a weird little empty alcove at the end of this closet that the previous owners added. I'm not really sure what to do with that, but I'm just kind of testing out the light, which as long as I'm facing this direction and it's daylight, I actually think is really good in this room. So just trying that out. So the last time I was on here, I was reading A Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers, and I did finish that book earlier this week. It was a 3-star read for me in the end, which was actually like super disappointing because I was so ready for that to be a 5-star read for me. And I'm not really sure why it didn't hit for me the way that it did for some other people. I didn't think it was a bad book. I didn't think it was poorly written. I thought it was very, very Firefly inspired, the TV show, if you've seen that, which a lot of people say, so that's not a hot take. Oh no, there's a cat. Come here. And we're gonna bring a cat to the party now. He says, no, I would not like to be a part of the party. Say hi, buddy. Okay, yeah. Anyway, so I feel like the problem, I got hair in my face, cat hair, no doubt. Anyway, I feel like the problem with A Long Way to a Small Angry Planet was that it felt more like a series of short stories or vignettes or almost like episodes of a TV show than it felt like a cohesive novel to me. So it felt like the stakes were super low, and that although there was this trip that they were on, I never got a sense of the difficulty of that journey. They said it was hard, but I didn't really ever get that sense. I liked the characters. I wasn't super attached to any of the characters by the end of the book. So, and I don't know, I kind of feel like maybe it could be that it's because at this point, we have all read so much cozy fantasy. And maybe if I had read this book when it first came out, it would have been so new and fresh that I would have been like, yes, 5 stars. But because I've read so much cozy fantasy, I'm a lot pickier about that kind of thing than I think I would have been before. So it was a 3-star read for me. But if you think you might enjoy it, I would recommend checking it out. I didn't have any real complaints. It just didn't wow me the way that I wanted it to. Now the cat is rolling around on the floor. He is not sure why I am in his room right now. So then, update on my backyard situation. The exterminator that I called came out on Tuesday, and good news, it looks like those termites I found in the backyard are the only termites. He didn't find any evidence of anything inside the house or in our fence line or anything like that. So he basically said, well, you probably got them all when you did what you did last weekend, but we'll come out again and check later this year. But don't worry about it now. You don't need a treatment. Don't freak out. And I felt a whole lot better after that because I was so stressed. In case you couldn't tell by the footage that you've already seen that I was very stressed. So then after that, after I finished A Long Way to a Small Angry Planet, I picked up A Study in Drowning by Ava Reid. This is the book that I am using for the book club or read-along bingo spot in our fantasy bingo this year on Reddit. And I have already participated in the discussions, so I am going to be able to count it for hard mode. So this was a 5-star read for me. I had started it earlier in the year, softy enough'd it because I just wasn't in the mood and I was worried it was going to be super young adult and maybe tropey, and I wasn't into that. It was not really any of those things. It was beautiful. I will talk about it more in my end of the month wrap up, since I'm not really going to document the process of myself reading it on here, but know that if you are considering reading A Study in Drowning, it is a Gothic story that deals with a lot of themes of feminism and sexism and discrimination in a way that I thought was very sensitive, very well done. It also has representation of mental illness. Our main character suffers from panic disorder and some other things like that I myself have dealt with. And I thought that the way that it was discussed was just very real, true to life, and really, really loved it. Also the language, the writing, beautiful. So I'll talk more about that in my end of the month wrap up, but just know that I would definitely recommend that book. And then we did go ahead and get everything set up downstairs. We got our table returned. I think I said that in my last thing. We bought a rug. We just hung up some lights. So I'm definitely going to get some shots of what it looks like out there with the lights up. This morning was our kind of neighborhood citywide yard sale. So we went out, we did some yard sailing for a few hours, met some of the neighbors that we hadn't met before because we're still really new here. I did pick up one thing, which is not book related, and that is this ridiculous pair of sparkly Converse that I think look like maybe somebody wore them for their wedding reception or something like that, like one time, because I mean, they basically look new. So I picked those up and I was really excited about that. Am I going to wear them to work? Absolutely, I'm going to wear them to work because I have a reputation to uphold as the person who wears a lot of sparkly things. So then, continuing on, I did start reading Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone by Benjamin Stevenson. And this is a mystery novel that is kind of very steeped in the tradition of classic mysteries like Agatha Christie, things like that. In the beginning, the narrator actually goes through a list of rules that should be followed. And he kind of makes fun of modern mysteries and thrillers and how they like to hide information from the reader, which is one of my pet peeves and the reason I don't read very many thrillers or modern mysteries. So, train. Well, I can tell you one thing about this room because it is an addition onto the house. You can definitely hear the train that is across the street over there a lot more clearly than you can from downstairs, but not really a negative. So anyway, I'm really enjoying it. I'm about halfway through and I don't have any idea who has committed the murder. It's all very mysterious. It's kind of written in this very self-aware style where the narrator is constantly telling you what's a clue and what you should be looking for and what's a red herring and what's not a red herring. And it's just super, super clever. So I think if you're a fan of classic mystery stories, I would definitely recommend this one so far, but we'll see how it all ends up. So right now is Saturday and we are going to be grilling out tonight. I'm going to make some grilled shrimp bowls with some grilled corn on the side, something like that. Eat that outside maybe if it's not too hot. We're kind of about to hit a heat wave. It was 85 the last time that I checked, and I'm not a big fan of it being super hot outside. But yeah, so that's what's been going on. And I am sorry for the really long break between updates, but I am feeling somewhat better now. So hopefully we're going to be able to get through this book, finish out the vlog, and just make it a little bit of a week in my life kind of situation. So I will be back in a little bit. Hey guys, so I am here to finish up the vlog and tell you that I have finished my last book, which is Everyone in This Family Has Killed Someone. And this was about probably a 3.5, 4-star read for me. I did really enjoy it. I think that a lot of what it was trying to do was kind of create this homage to kind of classic murder mysteries and things like that. And that's something that I really enjoy. But for me, it didn't quite stick the ending as well as I wanted it to. The resolution to the mystery wasn't as strong as I would have hoped, or maybe the mystery just wasn't as compelling. I don't know. But I did really enjoy it. I think that this writer has a lot of promise. I would definitely read another book, probably pick up the sequel at some point. I did think it was quite funny. And it was something different, which is what I'm really glad to see, because I feel like for so long we have just been stuck in this everything that's a mystery has to be a thriller moment. And to be honest with you, I am not really a huge fan of thrillers, which I think I mentioned before, because I hate it when information is just withheld from me. Yeah, I don't enjoy it. So I'm really glad to see kind of more traditional style mysteries making a comeback. I think that's super great. So today we did go out and go up to a park, and actually on the west side of Cincinnati, and there was a really nice overlook. We hadn't been up there before, and we were just checking that out. And then it got to be about 90 degrees because we are about to hit a major, major heat wave here in the Midwest. So we came home, and now I am home, and I'm not going anywhere until I have to. My car does not currently have any air conditioning. Tomorrow I am taking it in to hopefully get it fixed, because it is just really unbearable without air conditioning in the Midwest in the summertime. So yeah, that's it. I hope that you have enjoyed this kind of chaotic and longer than I expected it to be vlog. I have really enjoyed doing all the things that I did and filming all the things that I did, and I got in 3 reads that I actually got a 3-star, a 4-star, and a 5-star. So not so bad. Pretty good deal, and I had a great time. And I hope if you're new here, you will consider subscribing and sticking around for more bookish content. But in the meantime, I hope you have a great week, and I will see you in the next video.